Dylan from Geek Duo here, and today I'll be bringing you day 31 of my Wizard101 Myth playthrough. Now, I said in the last episode, which was the final of the cleaning up the spiral, that we would be starting Celestia today. Obviously, this is not Celestia. This is the Myth School. And we're here for a specific reason. I can buy my next spell. We have procrastinated doing this quest, going to Celestia and getting this, for 4 levels, to the point that I could now just buy the spell. I'm not going to use the spell anytime soon, so there's no point in doing so, but we can do it. For those of you who skipped over the cleaning up the spiral and all that, the quick gear check of we're using full Waterworks gear for our outfit. We're using this Bygone Myth Tiki, which I think may actually be a Celestia drop from the water moles, but I found it in the bazaar and it was better than the Avalanche Cutlass, so I decided may as well just use this. We're using the Bear Claw of Myth still. Got the ancient hieroglyphic ring from Lower Zigzag. This is the middle tier one, not the top tier from the chest. I couldn't be bothered doing the quest again just for like an extra 20 health. So, well, 20 health and a spell I'm not going to use. So, and we've got this Peridot Ring of Battle. I forget where this is from. I've got our pet, which gives us the blade and the Humunga Frog. Oh yes, the reason we ended up with, what was it? I think it was this one, the Bygone Myth Tiki. Not only was the stats better, arguably, but the spell that the Cutlass was going to give me, the 30% Myth Trap, for some reason did not stack with the school one. It's meant to be that it's the same spell but from different sources, so like regular school spell and equipment spell, they can stack. So like a 35 blade and a 35 blade, which we've got, can stack. However, for some reason, like if we go into, where is it, P, we got 35 there, we got 35 there. They can stack, yet a 30% and a 30% didn't. I don't know why, but we ended up going with the Sun Trap, which gives us a 25. But, yeah, I'm not going to buy the spell because I'm not going to use it anytime soon, so yeah. Let's speak to the Marleybonians again.
Oh, hello there. Did you get our distress call? Our leader is Sir Thurston Plunkett, but he's disappeared. He went missing even before the crustaceans attacked. We found this place the long way by sailing our airship across the spiral in an attempt to reach ancient Lost Celestia. Our airship is on the surface, and we've been building air-filled domes so we can explore the sunken ruins. Plunkett believes that if we restore the Grand Astrolabe,
Her face disturbs me because of the permanent spiral, smile, and no movement whatsoever.
The missing artifacts that power it are stored in the 3 astral galleries: the Stellarium, Lunarium, and Solarium. We had almost deciphered the inscriptions on the major portal when the crustaceans attacked. The ways into each of those places, though, are through the gateway portals, and the portal stones were broken apart and taken. If you're here to help us, you should really go speak to Dalton Prescott in the Promenade. The Promenade is connected via one of the access tunnels leading to the survey camp. Dalton should be easy to spot. Prescott is the acting lead of the expedition until we get Sir Plunkett back. Be careful. There are strange things afoot in this place.
I once again forgot that Ogden existed. He's the one who popped up on our sidebar 3 times. He's like, hey, come do this thing for me. Hey, come do this thing for me. Hey, do this thing for me.
Good day to you. I am Ogden Peak, a fellow of letters. I recognize in you a kindred spirit, a student of esoteric matters. If I may be so bold, I can be of aid to you in your studies. But I must have assistance with my own work. Shall I elaborate? Since arriving in Celestia, I have been unable to focus upon my studies. I require a sandwich.
Why does he have facial movement and everything? Yet, what Edith has just a plastered-on smile that doesn't
Just any
move at all.
sandwich will suffice. It must be from a certain maker of sandwiches in Marleybone, a fellow named Gordon Sumner. Please go to Mr. Sumner and procure a sandwich, one endearingly titled The Special, and then return here at once. I will happily reward you with some useful points for your training, if you get my drift. Make haste, I am quite hungry.
I forgot he gave training points. Let's see, one of the things. Yeah, none of these are good. Ooh, shell. That is the new reagent for us. Were shells available down in, what's it called? Any spells I can use? No, I'm not a high enough level for those. Okay. I really should get into fishing more, considering it's, double XP.
You've been such a great help to me before. I was wondering if you could do your part once more helping the little ones. I got a bad feeling about this place, and when I heard that there was a family of lounge lizards making their home, I came a-running. Can you lend old Zeke a hand and round up a pack of lounge lizards? Poor little things are scattered all corners. Keep an eye out for them.
Alright, these ones were annoying to find. I don't remember where they are. Deidre.
Perhaps you can help me if you've got the time to spare. I'm a journalist traveling with the expedition. It's my duty to chronicle the exploration and to provide information to my readers about what Celestia was like. To that end, I need to learn all I can about Celestian culture. The Celestian zodiac fascinates me. They left teaching devices around their city so that life was full of knowledge about the stars that guided them. Could you read the Celestian tomes of the zodiac around the city and learn about them? Your help will be invaluable.
Aha. Another quest.
You've come to divine the secrets of the astral schools, have you? I've been puzzling over them since our arrival. There's much to know about the astral schools, so allow me to explain their nature, if you will. The Star School focuses on auras, similar to global spells, though they surround a single wizard at a time.
They're also
the Moon School
a lot more
governs
useful.
Transformations. Transformations
Never gonna
turn you
use.
into new creatures with new
never gonna
spells and
use.
abilities. The Sun School spells are enchantments, powerful augments for your spells beyond any you've yet seen. Feel free to examine the stones behind me and see what astral spells are available to you.
Well, that
I'm
this is a
sure
side
there are
quest.
further secrets to these schools. Morganth didn't lay siege to Celestia for no reason, after all.
So this is the first time we ever hear the name Morganth. Are there any decks that would be useful? No, my one's still better. There we go. There's our first one. Plus 100 to one spell. Trained. And we'll take Giant 2. Plus 125. Now, unfortunately, there's no point in having them in our deck, because this can't be enchanted. and also because we've got a better one. But you have to go through the tier line. Interesting, they give you a negative aura now at the start. Amplifier's not a bad one. Don't know how often it'll be used, but might as well train to fire as well. Never going to use negative auras, so there's no point, and never going to use polymorphs, but there. Okay, so not that. Yeah, sure. It's a 9-card deck though. We'll run an 8-card deck because we don't need more damage right at this moment, but we may eventually, so it's good to have. Any other... No other quests, okay. Do we do this? Yeah, sure, let's do this. Technically, I did say we were starting Celestia. I didn't say we were staying at Celestia. Probably should address the elephant in the room and say that I obviously don't have my sling on anymore. I do still have limited movement with it, so... And I also don't know how long I'll be able to use the arm before it needs to be rested. So at the moment, I'm actually back to using mouse and keyboard. But I do have the mouse set up to take over if necessary.
Is this a joke? Oh, goodness. I remember that Peak fellow. He somehow thought I was a regular cook and this is a regular snack shop. I would sell him a handful of pet snacks folded between some stale old bread heels to keep them dry. I'm fresh out of the things I used to put in those, though. If you can bring them to me, I'll make another sandwich for Peak. I used to put nettle root, medium fish, stinky cheese, and some golden squash in those bundles. Good luck finding those.
Problem is, you actually have to obtain these, because I'm pretty sure if we go what was it? That's a medium fish. Nettle root. Tiny fish. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you can just buy them though. Oh, that's medium fish. Stinky cheese I think I had. I don't think I have the squash. What's that? Oh, that was normal cheese. Stinky cheese. Yeah, I don't have the squash, but I think you can just buy them. Mark location here. Why to do that? My home's not at Ravenwood anymore. Probably should set it back to, because that has all my like crafting things to that. So I'm pretty sure we can just buy these. Like you don't actually have to win them in battle. If you do, then I'll do that off stream and then like between today and next one, so but I'm pretty sure you can just buy them. This is actually my first time heading to Celestia after they've done the major nerf that they did in the last big update. So I have no idea what to expect. Apparently they streamlined a couple things, made some things easier, added new gear sets, redid the teleporters and all that, so I really don't know. I've only ever done Celestia twice. One I didn't get past the Science Center, and the other one I got all the way up to Morganth Palace, so... reagents, pet snacks. I want stinky cheese. Buy one. Yes, good. I'll buy one. Square. I am glad you can just buy them. You don't actually have to battle for them. Because that would have been painful. I think the next one's
Well,
a
I'll
crafting
be.
thing, so
You found it all.
that'll probably be where we end it.
Let me wrap that up together in this stale old bread. There you go.
Gordon gives you a bundle of food that looks almost exactly unlike a sandwich.
I mean, there are certain things on there that look at least a little edible. Let's see. Back to Ogden. Because we're already high enough level to get all 3 of his quests.
I can barely hear you over the grumbling of my stomach. That looks delicious. You've been so helpful. I wonder if I might impose a game, however. In exchange for a point for your training, of course. I made arrangements for my house sitter to take care of my dog, Arrow, while I was away, but I fear he might be lonely still.
You have a pet dog. You. Huh.
I promised Arrow a little plaything when I returned. Nice little collar for it to wear. It's been so long since I left, and I'd like to do something nice for my doggy until I get back. Could you visit the pet shop boys in Wizard City, pick up the collar, and deliver it to my house in Marleybone?
Hey, that's a little weird. What is this, by the way? Ah. Crown rewards. I'm guessing there's like a sale on at the moment. Might look into that, depending on what it is. I probably should bring up. Well, I should bring up at least the quest line. That's the quest tree. Ogden. Yes. Yeah, I didn't even need to worry about that. His things are actually on the quest tree.
Hello there. An order from Ogden Peak? Right up.
Tenant hands you a small parcel with the name Arrow on it.
You'd best get that to Ogden's house in Regent Square in Marleybone. He's in the brownstone with the paw print over the door.
do you know that?
You hear loud and vicious barking through the door and are just about to knock when...
Hold on there, matey. This here apartment's off limits. There's a wild animal loose inside there and it's not safe to enter. What's that? You got a delivery from the owner? Some sort of collar? Fair enough. Push that right through the mail slot, will you?
You place the package in the mail slot, and a moment later the barking subsides. The dog sounds happy.
Good job there. I'll head on in, see if I can make friends with that pup. You'd best be getting back to the owner.
Don't remember that. Okay, J. Reagents. Harvest. We have 6. We need 35. Okay, so we can't do that anyway. Gonna work on getting that probably off stream because no one wants to watch me grind out reagents. Also, I don't think if we go treasure cards, balance, yep, we don't have any reshuffles of that, so those are easier to get. Just buy them from, I don't know, I'd probably have to go through to the thingo on this land for those to be available.
Did you deliver the present? I hope Arrow was a good little dog. If it wouldn't be too much trouble, there's one more favor I'd ask of you. I'll happily aid you with your studies in return. I feel terribly uncivilized without my tea. Is there any chance you can craft for me a tea set? It must be to these precise specifications.
Ogden describes a highly specific set of requirements for his tea set.
You can get the instructions to make a tea set from Torald Wayfinder in Grizzleheim.
Going to be leaving it, so where was the Celestial Lounge Lizard? I think it's all the way at the back. Some of these are like properly hidden, if I'm correct. Can't go up on that one. Camp, survey camp. Science Center, survey camp, loading lands. Right, that's the floating lands, that one. Avery Templeton. Treasure card recipes. Huh. Okay. So you can craft it long before you can buy it. Okay. Or was it level 50 that you needed?
I don't remember you among the crew roster. How did you get here?
Spiral door.
So much has gone wrong since we arrived. We no sooner made base camp when we met with technical difficulties, likely sabotage. Following that were thefts of equipment and stores. Then we lost members of our expedition, including our leader, to strange disappearances. The most recent calamity was an assault by some of the indigenous species that have inhabited these ruins. It would be a great help if you could find the survivors of the attack.
Once again,
I've
the
taken
English
a role,
are
and
having
Edgar
issues with
Ableton,
the
Mackenzie
indigenous
Trowell,
species.
and Peter Cheswick are still missing. Let them know the attack is over and they can come back.
Mackenzie?
Yikes! Please, don't hurt me. Oh, you don't look like one of those who attacked our camp. It's safe to go back, right?
I don't look like one of them, do I?
Very well, then.
I really should make it clear that everything I say is in jest, but... Edgar Ableton.
Is it safe to go back to the promenade yet? I've been hiding here for a while now and am a bit cold and hungry.
Last one's downstairs. Nope. You on the other side or? Okay, Peter Cheswick is on the other side.
Oh my goodness! Rescue at last! Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So far, I'm not noticing any differences. Like, I think that was the only teleporter here the last time I was here.
Wonderful work. We're explorers, not adventurers, and the attack caught us off guard. It stands to reason you came here answering the distress call from Sir Thurston Plunkett, yes? I'm afraid that Plunkett disappeared a while ago, just after we began to explore the ruined domes of Celestia. He left his notes with us, but they seem to have gone missing in the recent attack. Can you take a look-see and gather the missing journal pages?
I'm going to be able to do the solarium by myself. They're all downstairs, aren't they? Yeah. Well, I'm honestly survived and made it half an hour. Oh, that was no hassle.
Much obliged. You hold on to those pages in the event you find Plunkett. I've some bad news. Well, more of a spot of bother, really, but it needs to be addressed.
That's my chair. Really not. There we go. There, it's now the same level as the desk. That does really throw me off, like, everything wise, but now there should be no, like, dropping of the shoulder or anything. This feels weird.
The crustaceans broke the dome, and I'm struggling to find a means of repairing it. We kept a supply of sealant on hand, but they seem to have taken it. Can you go and see if you can recover the bottles of sealant from the crustacean pincers who took them from us? 4 bottles will do it, I should think.
One second. Figured I'll just take some painkillers to like try and offset any more aggravation. One of them got stuck to my tongue. Okay. Negative 15% incoming for 4 rounds. I wonder, what if I were to say, use auras as a clock? Say, for bosses like, the one at the end of Waterworks, where they've got round cycles. If I were to say, round 1, do an aura. No, because that didn't count the round that it was applied in, so it would need to be a 5-round aura. 5-round cycle, I mean. I think most of them are 3 or 4. Let's see. They only have 730 health? Okay. And I crit, and I have a stronger blade. I only crit against one of them. Okay. If I'd have known that. Oh yeah, there is a lot of cantrip chests on Celestia. Like a lot of them. I forget how the negative 15 is calculated. Like, is it at the end? Is it at the very start? Is it at the start of the cycle on you? Like, I know I calculated that additive compounding percentages does not affect what matter you put them on in. Negative compounding does. as we saw with... Well, no, they did do that on screen. One of the Malistaire fights. The difference between the exact same build-up, but having a negative 25 trigger first, and having it trigger third, was very different.
Not to put too much pressure on you, but we're losing pressure. Oh, smashing! You've got the sealant.
Smashing.
Now go to the cracks in the dome and apply it just so.
1 sec. Because yeah, if we go like 100, I'll bring it up in Google so I can do brackets on that. 100 minus 25% plus 35% plus 35%. That is 136.6. Now if we duplicate that, switch it around so that plus 35 is after the 100 and negative 25 is at the end. Okay, never mind. I don't know what happened then, because apparently that doesn't matter either. Then why was it so different in attack that one time? And it was only that one time. Because after I saw the massive difference, I ended up building traps first, knowing that they'd weakness me, and then I'd do the blades afterwards. Apparently, it didn't matter. But it really was the difference between doing less than half of Malistaire's health and killing him in one shot. But the calculations don't lie, so... It really feels weird being this high up. I know it's only a couple inches, but...
Spot on! I knew you could do it! I've taken a roll call and it came up short. Some of my fellow researchers are still among the missing. We've searched the entirety of the promenade and found no trace of them. As we say in the explorer business, it's hat and whip time. Could you search the pinnacles for clues to their whereabouts?
It's hat and whip time.
Pardon me, but could you perhaps lend a hand? I'm working at repairing the leaking dome and need some help quickly. The crustaceans, you see, are none too pleased with us being here. They wrecked the dome in hopes of driving us off. I have need of some pieces of scrap metal. Any will do, really. The metal of the dome is weakening. We need to get it fixed. There are so many leaks in the dome, I'll be patching them all day. But I've run out of supplies already. I noticed a pile of scrap metal in the pinnacles. Would you be a dear and fetch me some? Thanks.
Iron, yeah. Okay, to the pinnacles. And now we know gotta walk our way back. Okay. Just got stuck on the scenery.
You find a golden pocket watch. It looks strangely familiar. Have you seen this before?
But I have seen it before.
You find a tiny piece of rubble with a stone carving on it, part of a larger stone building. you find a small piece of shell that looks like it came from a crab.
Cantrip chest we've seen. If I were playing on a more populated realm, I'd just walk up to them, do the spell, and then just passively get bonuses and that, but I don't play on a populated realm, so there's no point in doing so. Because I think eventually they time out.
Wonderful! That should do nicely.
Cool.
I'm no Sherlock Bones, but by the look of things, this is some incontrovertible evidence. 1, 2, 3. 1. That piece of shell belongs to a crustacean. 2. That watch belongs to Barclay O'Brien, one of our expedition. He was so proud of that watch. He mail-ordered it from a dealer on Firecat Alley in Wizard City. Barclay wouldn't part with it for anything. And 3. That piece of stone looks like it has the same pattern as the 2 big stone towers at the center of the pinnacles. It looks like the crustaceans took members of our expedition and locked them into one of the pinnacle towers. I'll bet that one of the crustaceans in the area has to have a key. Go and defeat one of them and take it. Then make your way into the tower.
Hey, claw cutter. There's also... Huh. Says there should be quests off the map. Oh no, this is still off the map. Okay. Gotta remember to grab the lizard. Don't remember where it is, but I think it's in the pinnacles. Or is it? Is it down here? It is not. Okay. Thought maybe because that was a little out of the way that it would be hidden back there, but oh well. I'm sure I'll find it, and if I don't, I'll pick up the guide. Claw cutter. Really don't need to build up like I have been. But it does pass the time. Let's see. what I thought. These have less health than the standard mobs in the forum on Dragons. Oops. I didn't like that.
You're right on time. Or perhaps early. Or late. If I only had my nice gold watch. What's that? My watch! Oh, thank you mightily. Rutherford's upstairs. You go get him and I'll scoot. See you back at the promenade.
You are a very different dog than in your profile.
Look me up when you get back to the promenade, won't you?
Now the cantrip chest. Optio Agonals. I'm not even gonna bother healing.
Who's this? An intruder! Let me get to my claws around you.
See something. See what happens if I do that. Dio Agonal. Hey look, Zodiac Tone.
The chariot races across the skies, a sign of travel and victory in battle. Luminaries, or leaders, ride in chariots, so it is a sign of nobility and favor.
Okay, he really does not have... He's got some odd spells. Iron Curse and Spinning Scythe. Spiritual Blade. Spiritual Blast, I mean. Those are weird. Can't say I've ever seen those before. But other than that, he doesn't have anything to worry about. The sad thing is, I don't even really need to build up triple blade and guaranteed dead. I don't think that was on his list. Yep, no Hydra. Page was last modified on the 20th of March, 2025. Interesting. Whatever. should be the last of my aura this round. %64% crit chance. Really don't want to have to reshuffle if it doesn't kill, so I'll do one more round. Alright, Celestia also got rid of stun blocks. It was, what, Azteca was it? Or Zafaria? There we go, now let's send that out. And they didn't even bother trying to attack me. Cool. Watch that critical be on the boss and this be major overkill. Even with the extra 30, 25,
piece of stone.
35.
Looks familiar, like it belongs to the portal back in the Celestia base camp.
Even with the extra 30 and the boost,
I heard the sounds of a
still
duel.
wasn't as much
I wondered
as
if the
critical.
cavalry was on its way. Huzzah! I hate to leave my work unfinished, though, but I'd best get going now that the coast is clear. Thanks once more for your help.
That'd be about
fight,
gold.
I thought I'd never be free. However, there is still valuable work to be done, and I'd be eternally grateful. Could you find a particular stone tablet downstairs and make a rubbing of it? That should do nicely. Here's a piece of crayon and some paper. You'll know the tablet when you see it. Be thorough.
What's this one? Might do that. I have been getting more into the game, so... Shut up, Zeke. No one cares. There's a side quest now. Brace, okay. I'll do that when I go back. No, I really should do it now, just in case there's crossover. Two side quests, if I'm not mistaken. And by if I'm not mistaken, I mean if I read correctly. Yes.
Now for something to adhere the scrap metal into the leaks. I've got a paste mix, but nothing oily to mix it with. If only I had some oil. Ooh, I have an idea. Sea creatures secrete oil. If you could defeat some of them and collect their fish oil, I could use that. Can you go collect at least 3 measures of fish oil from some wild sea creatures? Voltic eels or wingfish will do.
Okay.
I say, could you lend me a hand here? Kitchen. Edward Kitchen, Chief of Security for the expedition. Pleased to meet you. No, don't blame me for this mess. I was just appointed when our prior security officer quit. I was the cook. Now I'm somehow meant to devise a defense against the crustacean attacks, and I've no idea how they even use those spear things they wield. Could you be a chum and thrash a few crustacean shellbreakers and bring back those weapons they carry? Be certain to pay close attention to how they use them, so you can teach me. That way, I can defend against them.
Sure, mate. that's what I mean by in case there's any crossover. The smell still freaks me out a little. No, not freaks me out, weirds me out. Shellbreaker, eh? Where are they? Were they the ones over near the grotto, or were they in the grotto? Thought maybe the lizard was there.
You follow West's instructions and make a rubbing of the inscriptions on the strange stone tablet.
Oh, they were the ones inside. We can't get to the fish things yet because they're in the next area, so... But we can do this quest. This is over here. No. Because I think the grotto has its own lizard, yeah? Yeah. Oh, 900, not bad. Not as good as the ice one we had earlier, but better than the others. Still not as good as my base Humunga Frog though. Well, not base. Just based off of character stats alone. Ah yes, I love Wall Spell. Almost instantly it became fightable again. That is weird. Here comes someone. wonder how well we're going to train him. Like, is there any more after that? What's that quest called? Kitchen Help. I think that was the only one. Was Rutherford West? Okay, here.
Very nice work there. I should be able to translate this in a jiffy. I think I have it. If I had only thought to bring a copy of the Stone of Mazaroth, then I'd be sure of the translation. That said, I believe the tablet confers some sort of water-breathing ability upon those who touch it and read the instructions. The words are in ancient Celestian, but as a wizard, you should have no trouble remembering strange incantations in ancient languages.
Okay. I was trying to figure out why I sometimes heal one after a fight. There was absolutely nothing I could find, despite rewording the question different ways.
Good show! Now we have a fighting chance!
You speak the Celestian words, and as you do, you feel a strange change coming over you. The feeling soon passes, and you feel normal again.
Dalton. Be after this quest that the last side quest of this area becomes available. Alright, Dalton's the one that's at the entrance, isn't he? I get them mixed up. You really have been flying through this area.
There you go. You should be able to go anywhere down here, dome or no, without risk of drowning. Even though the Celestians devised a means of breathing underwater, they still weren't able to save their world. Pity that. We can't thank you enough for your assistance. You came at a time when things are at their worst. In the time since Plunkett sent the distress call, things for our expedition went from bad to much, much worse. As you might have sussed out, we're still reeling from the recent crustacean incursion. We did nothing to provoke them either.
Are you sure about that?
Is there any way you can go to the grotto and speak with Rupert Fleming? He and his team suffered the brunt of the attack.
I remembered that there was another side quest.
A word, if you have the time. In addition to my many other talents, I am a student of many forms of sea life. According to my studies, the ancient giant clams in Celestia can produce a rare treasure, a ghost pearl. These are immeasurably valuable. Finding one would do much to offset the losses this expedition has suffered. Can you examine the giant clams scattered throughout Celestia and see if one of them has produced a ghost pearl? Other than the one near the place I was rescued, I do not know where else these giant clams may be found. Keep an eye open.
Specifically say the grotto, so... Did that just say keep clam? Before I go, I should probably... Huh. There we go. Okay, so we got both the things needed in the survey camp. Let's move on. Oops. About the same amount of quests in Grotto. Well, one less main and one less side, so... Yeah. These are new.
I don't remember you from the airship. How did you get down here? We were captured by the crustaceans, but the whole experience has turned into quite an education. None of us are much when it comes to fisticuffs, and those crustaceans were more than we can handle. They put us in these cages, so we chose to spend our time observing their culture firsthand. Still, that only goes so far. Can you go and thrash some crustacean claw cutters and see if you can find some clues about what they're up to?
I only have ice and fire. There we go. Huh. That is comparable to the Waterworks gear for 5 less levels. The 11 resist is the biggest thing. Interesting. were we 63 or 64? Once again, showcasing that if the pet makes no sound, then it's gonna fizzle. And they actually go. That is a little annoying. I put this aura up, and then they don't attack me. And then they die before they can. Oh, crap. Just one or both of them? One of them. It always seems to only be one, and that one always seems to be the first one. Like, I know that it can do both, and I also know that it can only hit the second one, but weird that it's consistently not those. Wiz RNG is not really known for doing what it's supposed to. What with the whole cheat of we'll hit a random wizard at the end of each round, proceeds to only ever hit one. Now mind you, it is a different wizard each time that I went against it, but still did only hit one each of those fights. Really don't remember much of Celestia. I remember the end of Celestia. But really, I didn't get it. Yeah, sure. I really don't need as many blades as I use. So mitigating damage may as well. Didn't this one also have wandering bosses? If I'm not mistaken. None of any of those. Maybe the side quest? Hey, we got it.
Good work! You gathered a piece of coral, a piece of crab harness, and a carved bit of stone that looks like it came from a puzzle. Let's see if we can put these clues together, shall we?
Okay, yes, there are wandering bosses at
The story
one
these
point.
clues tell is that the crustaceans are up to something in the coral caverns. It's a dangerous, sprawling place filled with wild sea life. I'm not about to enter those caverns. I wouldn't last a minute. It's a dangerous maze with at least a dozen types of coral. Can you try and find the origin of the piece of coral you found?
Moral of the story. Silver chest. What do these ones drop? Go to 7-1. There we go. Perfect catch key. What did I get? Wow. Where am I going? Not that one, the other side. Let's get to the wingfish. They probably won't do as much damage. Oh, why am I yawning so much? Reasonable amount of sleep. I didn't just wake up before stream. Done anything strenuous with the day. Now, yes, this has suddenly come on out of nowhere. I did recently take painkillers, my shoulder did hurt, so those could be contributing factors. Yeah, I don't need the second one. Now we got double eels. Oh, hey, cool. Only had to do one. Rude. One of each. Let's see if this works. Okay. I will say, I already am playing this different to how I did on my Storm, because I never touched auras. Whether they be damage or defense. Really? Why do they seem so hesitant to attack? Cool. Go back to Thingo. Get her second quest. Because it would not surprise me if it's also in the grotto.
What's that smell? Oh, that's the oil. You're a lifesaver. I'll be able to repair the dome with the supplies you brought me, but I'm worried the crustaceans will wreck it again. Is there any way you can put a stop to their attacks? They came from the coral caverns. There were about half a dozen crustacean pincers causing all the problems, led by their Optio, a fellow named Verdus. Can you go and put an end to their reign of terror?
Okay. Optio Verdus. I'm still not allowed to stretch properly.
No one invited you air briefers down here.
So
go away.
I'm only stretching half my back. The arm is not getting stretched at all. Ew, that's mana burn, isn't it? What's that? Crab Shack attack. Optio Verdus. Not that this is accurate, but Power Nova. Blades, 3 blades, oh no, Stormzilla. That should be enough. Now seems as good a time as any. Reminder that starting next week, my stream schedule will be different. I will be starting stream an hour earlier, and I will be doing double episodes. Meaning that there will be 2 episodes worth of Wizard on Monday, 2 episodes worth of Baldur's Gate on Tuesday, 2 episodes worth of Hades on Wednesday, 2 episodes worth of Dragon's Fable on Thursday, and 2 episodes worth of Oblivion, if I actually get it, on Friday. If not, then I don't know. I'm sure I can find something else to
Oh,
play.
good. I hate to see problems resolved that way, but they wouldn't listen to reason.
Yeah, back to the grotto. Again. Check this giant pearl. No. Not giant pearl, giant clam.
You found the source? Let me take a look at the coral again. Oh no. See those scorch marks? That area is frequented by voltic eels.
Yes, I know, I fought a couple.
If I might care to guess, you're here seeking a means of opening the Stellarium portal back at Celestia Base Camp, right? I suspect that the crustaceans have taken said portal piece to the voltic eel cave based on the evidence you've collected. The logical conclusion, then, is that you must go there and see if our theory is correct, and that the portal piece is there. You observe, make a theory, and then test that theory. It is the scientific method in action.
Really how I do things, but sure. Let's go with scientific method. The eel cave. Good. Rude. Check what level I was. All I know is the answer is at least 62. is a really difficult puzzle. I forgot that this actually was a puzzle and not just light everything.
You have found the second portal piece.
I deserve that, but... I forgot it actually was a puzzle. Yeah, you know what they say, egg on my face and all that.
Found what you were looking for? I'd say that theory proved correct, eh? The crustaceans are a lazy bunch, so it's certain that where one piece is found, the other is not far afield. We've observed that crustaceans tend to pick up small pieces of stone, shell, and other shiny bits wherever they go. If you search their belongings and pay attention to what they're carrying, you'll gain insight into where they've been. So if you want to find the other missing portal piece, find out where the crustaceans have been going. Defeat some crustacean pincers in the coral caverns and search them for clues. They'll lead us to the next piece of the portal.
Stop pointing me.
You found a ghost pearl. It weighs nothing and is as cold as the grave. crustacean pincers are following the same path from the starfish door. Maybe you should look further. A giant armored starfish holds the gate closed. It won't be easy to open.
Yeah, all these teleporters, they're definitely new. Which I mean, good. Now finally they could add one to Uniform Way.
Giant starfish, you say? How odd. The crustaceans wouldn't be using that starfish unless they knew some easy way of getting past it. The crustacean boss around here is Optiomissimos. Optio is some sort of rank among their legions, like a lieutenant. Find and defeat Optiomissimos, and force him to tell you how to get that starfish gate open. He's a coward. He'll tell you.
Infinity Weaver. Ah, cool. Never knew that was a thing. What is this? This is Starfish Chamber. This is the quest that opens up all the side ones.
What's the big idea? You just about yourself a thrashing for a bothering me.
I'm about to shove this tiki lamp up your ass. I'm not even gonna bother with magic, just pure force, just shove it right up there. Oh no, Ice Wyvern. Oh, Tempest. Not bad effort. Should we go for the full build-up? Nah, it's not worth it. There's only one extra turn though, so... See how much we can get. Maybe I should have attacked. Ah, yes, never mind.
Don't hurt me! I'll tell you anything you want to know.
I thought the Stellarium was like the
algae, it relaxes and opens
portico?
the door.
No. It's an actual, it's not a dungeon or anything. Why didn't I just say seaweed? Why did I say crabweed? For the algae farm? Still not full. A kelp? Yes.
Now we're getting somewhere. If Optiomissimos told you the truth, the next step is to gather enough algae to feed the creature. The crustacean wave runners are always carrying little pots full of algae, presumably for the starfish. If you defeat a few crustacean wave runners and take their algae, I'll wager you'll be able to spring that gate open right quick. Once you get the starfish gate open, that missing piece of the Stellarium portal is bound to be somewhere past it. Then you should probably just take both pieces back to Dalton Prescott in the promenade. No need to risk them down here. You haven't seen the pieces of a broken tablet anywhere, have you? It was just here a moment ago. We had it from a pack of water lurkers who seemed to be reading and memorizing the inscriptions on it. In the process of recovering the tablet, it was broken, so I was trying to restore it and see what it said. I'd finished treating the tablet's surface with a fish oil preservative, and then a swarm of voltic eels came by. Oh no, I forgot that they're quite fond of fish oil preservative. Those little blighters must have eaten the pieces of the tablet.
Okay.
Can you go and get the missing pieces of the broken tablet from the voltic eels?
Well, that's an issue. So you know how I said I was gonna farm up red mandrakes and that? Yeah. The places where they are Helgrid Warren, which is the dungeon to the left of Nidavellir, and Nastrond. Those are the only places we've been that have them. God damn it. That is 3 that I need, so. So I will not be farming those up just yet. Which means that between streams it's just going to be well, working on the Theo and possibly doing some of the badges for spell weaving. Because I'm pretty sure one of them is catch a fish, so that and the Dragon's Fire quest should tie in nicely. You would do that. Also, yes, before anyone says anything, I do know what the true meaning of the pinky up when drinking is. No, that does not apply, but it is a force of habit. So, don't bother commenting, I know what that means. Yay, we got 1 from the 1. We're gonna be more grouped together in the other area. Am I going? Was it this way? Apparently it is. Good. Yes, good. Now let's hopefully they both drop it. Let's hopefully they both drop it, eh? I do English good. Ha. Now let's compare to how it did without the... It did more with the negative 15 on than it did without. That works. Oh, that was some good cracks. I haven't been able to do that for a while. Come on, give me them both.
You've gathered 3 pieces, but still 1 piece is missing. It looks too big to have been eaten.
That's definitely different from how it used to be. Have we even gotten a single piece of the myth one? What is the So you get a tube thing bonus, and then you get a 6 thing bonus. How is Celestial Totality? Significantly worse. Interesting. But the answer is no.
This piece completes the broken tablet.
You don't have to do that just yet, since there's no crossover. These crabs always remind me of Ruby. Power pip. Okay, you're getting absolutely smashed then. Let's see. How far into the science center, not the science center, the district of stars do I reckon I'll get? Because we still got... Gotta do this, gotta go open the door, defeat the boss. That's main quest done. Then we've gotta do the 3 quests with Rude. Give me that. Thank you. I'm gonna do the 3 side quests with, what is it, 4 or 5 bosses? Lag Slayer, thanks for the follow and welcome to the stream. Well, you still gave me a follow, so. You may be a Discord bot, but I really don't know what the point of those are. I've gone over this before, like, even if I was using Discord for this, and I added someone on it, it's not like I'd click anything they sent. So is there a way they can do it without? Like, just from being in the friends list? I'm not going to make the same mistake that I made last time. Because if I block the user, that gets rid of their follow. And as I've said, may as well, if they're trying to scare me, may as well use them. Now the Helm of Celestial Totality. Am I going to get it from this battle, or am I going to have to do a fourth one? Interesting. So because of the different elevation in my chair, it's caused my elbow to rest upon the arm differently, which is sort of irritating it because it's not used to having pressure put upon that specific point.
You feed the algae to the starfish on the gate.
Governor Nereus. Or Nereus. It's probably Nereus after the Greek one, isn't it?
So this is the intruder who dares to enter our realm. What a jest! You don't even have a soft shell.
It is Nereus, I'm thinking. The one that wrestled with Hercules and was able to shapeshift. Nereus was the old man of the sea, a primordial sea god, known for his wisdom, gift of prophecy, and ability to change his shape. The son of Pontus and Gaia. Interesting. The theogony, there was an immediate juxtaposition to Eris. Okay. Anyway, what was I... Yes, the earliest poet to link Nereus with labors of Hercules. Yes, I was remembering correctly. Probably should read the theogony. There's a lot of interesting things in there that I don't immediately learn. Like, I do have a tendency to look up gods and that, specifically Greek, but sometimes others. But the theogony seems to be like where the majority comes from. So if I just read that source directly,
You cracked my shell, but good. Take the wretched stone. It's never brought me any luck.
The governor drops the other piece of the Stellarium portal.
why does he walk like that? Are they collectible pearls or? Take that. Ooh, a Tower Shield treasure card. Take that. And read this.
The crab is the many-legged buffoon, the jester of the sea. It is the sign of humor and of foolish pride. The crab takes credit for more than he has achieved.
That seems a little rude. Let's see, still haven't found the lizard. Right, because that was one place we haven't been. Because we've always come from this way. It's in here. Wait. It says the third one. Hey, can we pick up another ghost spell? Rude. He said that they would fund all the costs of the failed expedition so far, so I figured we might be able to take one.
Bravo! You found the missing pieces. Now to see what was on it. Oh, my dear. I've translated the text of that stone tablet, and it has an incantation of some sort on it. It's a ritual for summoning some horrible sea monster. A giant creature that apparently lies dead or dreaming beneath the waves. Its name is hard to make out. Something with a C? Kablooey? How strange. Sort of silly and dreadful all at one. That sounds risky. The water lurkers
Oh, hey, I was
reside in a
right
cavern
there.
not too far from here. Could you go and stop them?
Huh? Huh. Oh, it's closer, at least. Weird.
The water lurkers are all chanting, led by their leader.
The Bluey must wake from his eternal slumber. He will eat all the worlds.
We have... Blue has 4.1. Do not need more damage. Get that out. Hey, cool. I delete messages. Collect a ghost pearl, but I got a normal one. Collect a ghost pearl, but I got a normal one. Oh shit. Accidentally left that open. I was seeing if I need to be on the web version to delete the message.
Good thing you stopped.
Accidentally
I
left it
suspect,
open.
though, that it wouldn't have amounted to much. Still, best to be safe. If you're in a mood to help, there's another bit of translation I could use your assistance with. This tablet is covered with celestial writing. It looks to be some sort of prophecy. I was in the middle of translating the tablet when things got dicey. I found a pedestal with some matching inscriptions on it. These translation notes I put together will do the trick.
Rupert hands you a small stone tablet and a piece of folded paper with possible translations for each symbol.
Take these to the ruins in the center of this area and consult the inscribed pedestal there. You should be able to guess which one.
Yeah, I really don't know what I'm doing. There it is. Okay. Let me guess, I now need to go back to him to be sent
Fleming's
back out here.
notes, you were able to quickly translate the small stone tablet. You read it. Spirits 3 guard this domain. Manifest in flesh once and again. Eternal vigil their soul constrain. Land's envoy shall ease their pain.
It was correct. Luckily, I now know it's out here, so I can just jump back through this.
Well, that certainly is cryptic. Based on some other markings on the tablet, I think the prophecy actually points to a real place down here. I recall seeing some creatures behaving strangely in the brambles, an area of the grotto we haven't mapped much yet. You should go investigate. Head into the brambles and see if you can find anything that corresponds to the prophecy. If you can find these 3 vigil spirits, perhaps you can let them know they can stand down. Their Celestia is no more.
It's the 3 bosses that we've been encountering. Would be better to just teleport back over there. So, oh, there we go. to get it figured out. That's more than enough needed for this boss. The boss at least. It did not. Please tell me that counted and I don't have to go to the brambles and then defeat the bosses. Also, please don't tell me I have to do them in a specific order. Oh, there's another ghost pearl over here. Didn't know there were multiple. Let's see. I shouldn't need more mana before the end of this. I am gonna want to stockpile when we get back to the survey camp or whatever it is, the hub, before we go into the Stellarium or the something of the stars, whatever it's called, District of the Stars. But District of the Stars does open up the wait, no, I think we may have to what's it called? Do a quest to actually activate the Archivist. So we might not be able to buy things immediately. Interesting, I think I crit both of them.
There is a great sense of relief when Ulwark is defeated.
Yeah, there we go. Kuthara. Kick your ass again. Okay, so I didn't actually need to open up the thing earlier to change the name of this. So I read somewhere that putting a more descriptive title, like starting Celestia, would be better for like drawing in viewers. I remembered that partway through the stream, like towards the start. So that's what my whole I need to check something was. We have had several people pop in. They haven't stayed for long, but does seem to have held some merit. But turns out I could have done that from Streamlabs instead of having to actually open up stream details in them.
It almost seems as if Kuthala is pleased to be defeated.
You know, I emptied my backpack before the start of the stream. Defeat Edelglis. Don't know why I pronounced it like that, but I did. Now, given that we've released their spirit, it should be a client-side thing where you don't see them anymore. Possibly should have healed up first. The issue is, I don't think that on the crit it did 5.8, so I may actually need to chuck a trap on it. Didn't quite need to heal, but it is a lot closer than I would have liked.
You're not sure, but it almost seemed like Iglis thanked you.
Iglis. Why is it we've now had
Brambles are less
3
turbulent now that the restless spirits are released from their vigil.
celestial totality? There we go. Full healed. Back to Rupert. How much do we need? How much are we getting? Almost double what we need.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you were the land's envoy mentioned in the prophecy. Imagine that!
Yay, we leveled up. We're now 65. Only 5 more levels till we have to gear grind again. do that circle, but I did. Hello, Dalton.
What's that? You've recovered 2 pieces of the Stellarium portal stone? Smashing!
Thought I collected 3.
I can sense that things are going to turn around for this expedition, thanks to your help. I know that Edith Benchley, back in the Celestia base camp, is coordinating the effort to solve the problems we're facing. I'd head back and see what you can do to help over there.
Seemed a little excessive for the noise there, but... Hey, Edith.
Oh, wonderful! You've got the pieces of the portal. Now we can restore access to the Grand Plaza. You must go and repair it now with the pieces you recovered. It should be easy to do.
Which one's the thing of the stars? Is it? Ah, it's this one right in the center.
You replace the missing pieces of the broken portal.
A stellar job! No pun intended.
Sure there wasn't.
I hate to send you packing when you just got here, but those are needed to open the Stellarium. Go and speak to Thornton Lewis in the District of the Stars. He'll be ever so grateful to see you.
You shark warrior. You know the Piskins. These are definitely new. Okay, now you can just come here. And it does have reshuffle. Good. It's also got the Pierce ones. Okay. Interesting combinations. Okay. Were it not for the fact that I was using a want spell, not want spell, a gear spell, I might get those. That'd be a great way to spend gold. I don't know why I said that like gold member, but I did.
Oh dear, who are you? You must be barking mad to come down here.
How'd we even get trapped?
It's a madhouse down here, to be certain. It's the sharks that are causing most of the trouble. They call themselves the Piscean Guard, and they claim to serve the Crustacean Empire. Whatever that is. They've prevented us from our main work, surveying the region and learning what we can about Celestian culture. I assume you're here to rescue us and to learn about the Celestian schools of magic. Stars, moon, and sun, right? If you want to rediscover the secrets of Celestian magic, then you must become one of us, an explorer. First lesson, observation. Based on where it stands, that broken monolith is undoubtedly the key to entering the area beyond. Would you be so kind as to go and survey that monolith and return here with your findings?
You mean the area that I just teleported to? You know, it is interesting that Merle would send us here, knowing about
the monolith is
astral
ancient,
magic.
but upon closer examination, the broken edges look fairly fresh.
How interesting! A great deal of what explorers do is collect pieces of rubble and try to rebuild broken artifacts. You see, the Celestians were very big on building secret meaning into their architecture and decor, even their city layout. You can read a lot about a culture from how they build their walls, floors, and ceilings. Messages hidden everywhere. That said, if the monolith has recently been broken, then it is likely the work of the sharks of the Piscean Guard. They are crude vandals, always chopping at the Celestian artifacts and architecture, using pieces of stone for currency. Sometimes being an explorer is investigation, and sometimes it's throwing a bit of muscle around. Could you go and recover some of the pieces of the broken monolith from the Piscean Guard?
Always 3. Why is there just a random wingfish over there? Still uncomfortable trying to stretch with only one side. I think that'll ever not be uncomfortable, but it is necessary. We are approaching the end of the stream. How far do I be able to go? We explore. I missed a side quest back in the hub. Okay, I guess it wants me to go get that. If it won't let me fight, then it must want me to go grab a quest. Huh. That lied. Design clearly linking just popping in to ground sharks. However, ground shark says its prerequisite is Archivist Revisited, which is more than halfway through the quest line. Why must it lie to me? Anyway, what was I doing? I was looking. So, land sharks, let's fight all the different types of sharks. Right? Yes. Star Cores is reactivate the Star Guardians. Go to Star Forge. The Archivist and all the Preceptors. Putting pieces together is go to the Chantry, which leads to Worlds Beyond. Spiral Chart. The Archivist, the Preceptor of Congruency. Ambiguity Archive. That one actually leads to a fight. So other than land sharks, there's essentially no fighting until halfway through on a side quest, or directly halfway through. Might leave land sharks until doing that. That's a bit of crossover.
Great work! I think you got all the missing pieces. Lesson 2. Restoration, or rebuilding that which was broken. We'll first need something to fuse the pieces together. The stellar protectors were made by the Celestians, and they're still up and running after all this time. They're just suits of metal animated by power motes within their bodies, guided by who knows what. The power motes should provide enough energy to fuse the piece of the broken monolith together. Could you go and collect a few power motes from inactive stellar protectors? No need to damage an active one. Though our mission is exploration, not conquest, it's become clear that the Pisceans don't respect us. It makes sense to me that we need a sign of strength to show those Pisceans what stuff we're made of. Can you defeat a number each of Piscean guards, Piscean troopers,
Why aren't you doing it?
Piscean centurions, and Piscean soldiers? That should cause them to rethink their meddling with the expedition.
There's yeah. Yes. Something I can grab over there, yes. Scrap metal. Still there. Dungeon of sorts. Yeah, there we go. All
Those
that
should
done.
do the trick. These power motes must be treated with extreme heat before we can use them to repair the broken monolith. Where will we get that kind of heat, I wonder? Blimey! I've got it! The Star Forge! It's still burning after all this time, and it'll serve perfectly. Take those power motes to the Star Forge and bathe them in the flames. Be careful, that's incredible power at play.
So if I were to somehow capture that, I could use it?
You treat the power motes within the Star Forge. In short order, they're ready for use.
I think we have to walk all the way back like this. We could teleport, but we're not far enough away to worry about that. Also, I forgot about it till I was already on my
Those
way.
should do perfectly. I've reassembled the pieces of the broken monolith, but the translation is a bit of a bother, sad to say. Could you do us both a favor and go into the Astral Archive and seek out the knowledge we need? Speak to the archivist there. It's sort of a talking library catalog that will tell you what you need to know.
Yeah, let's walk over there once. I forgot it was to the side. I thought it was the one that was in front. Oh, hey, we're back.
I am the Archivist, a construct to aid research in the Astral Archive. Based on the nature of your request, I have prepared courses of instruction at 3 different preceptor stations. The stations are devoted to contrivances, conflict, and configurations. You may utilize them in any order you wish.
I'll just go to whichever one the arrow sends me to.
Though the people of Celestia exist in harmony with the universe, the other worlds of the spiral are not so enlightened. Celestia's magic touches the very spiral itself, and for this reason, it is coveted by many. To mount a proper defense, Celestia must understand conflict in all forms.
Pretty sure this is the first time we get a look at what Celestian.
The preceptor has a great deal to say about all.
There was the floating head statues in the last place.
Magic duels. Eventually, the lesson ends.
Characters he was talking about.
Celestia's greatest achievement is its mastery of astral magic, conjuring power from the stars, the moon, and the sun. Celestian magic is intrinsically tied to an understanding of astral configurations, or the movement of celestial bodies.
The lesson continues for quite a while, teaching you about the nature of the worlds of the spiral, the stars, and the sun. So much to learn, and then the lesson ends.
And now on to the final one. Interesting. I don't think I've ever actually looked at these artworks.
Among the greatest of Celestia's achievements is the creation of magic artifacts, or contrivances. These contrivances are essential to Celestian life, and are marvels of crafting and enchantment.
This goes on for a while. All manner of schematics, plans, and diagrams flash before your eyes until at last the lesson ends.
Thought that would do something. And yet another cantrip chest. I'm tempted to just join a more popular realm just to get rid of them. I don't know why I thought I needed to go back to the Archivist.
You look like you've been
For some
hitting
reason
the
my
books.
keys won't
Did
work.
you learn anything? Now that you've a working knowledge of Celestian, we can determine how the broken monolith relates to the surroundings. Understanding context is vitally important. We must know not only how something works, but what it means in the big picture. The broken monolith has many markings very similar to those in the chantry, and may be significant. Could you go and survey the chantry to see what might be learned of the area? Return here with
The
what
other
you've
side,
learned.
yeah. Yes, question mark? No. Yes. Yes. Okay. I'm sure that was fine.
You examine the observatory. Using the powers of observation Mr. Lewis taught you, the mosaic on the floor appears important. Based on the architectural emphasis, perhaps a closer look. The mosaic is clearly the key to understanding the secret message. Unfortunately, it looks like many of the mosaic plates are missing. If they were there, the meaning would be clear.
Yes. Okay, so the Centurion's a myth. Gotta remember that. What quest is this? This is putting pieces together.
So, what did you learn? You say someone stole the shiniest and brightest plates of the mosaic? Given what we know about the sharks, they're likely the culprits. I think you know what to do. Go and thrash some of those Piscean troopers until you recover the missing pieces. Be sure to look around the rest of the chantry as well. Those sharks will often hide things from their rivals. So, you're a wizard, eh? I expect that you've got sharp wits and the ability to draw and write, correct? Could you take this paper and stylus and go into the chantry and copy the chart of the Grand Spiral? I've tried several times myself, but I'm not much of an artist. Thanks!
I mean, I can try.
You find a small mosaic tile wedged into the gears of the orrery.
The one that I was going for? This shortcut? This shortcut?
A shark must have used this place to hide a small cache of mosaic tiles, perhaps to barter with. You take them.
Yes, it was that one.
Make a copy of the Celestian copy of the Grand Spiral.
Make a
it
copy
has
of the
words
Celestian
you've never
copy?
heard of on it.
I wonder if that's going to be important. Oops. We got to hand that in.
Let me take a look at your chart. Wonderful! That's how to draw a star chart.
What do you know if you can't do it? Symbol life.
I'm a bit confused about this symbol on the map. I'm sure you drew it correctly, but for the life of me, I don't know what it is. Could you go to the Astral Archive and consult the Archivist? I'm sure you'll get the answer there.
I am the Archivist, a construct to aid research in the Astral Archive. How may I assist you? That symbol is cataloged within the Astral Archive. Please consult the Preceptor of Congruency for more information.
See? Wasn't this the one of contrivance?
You look at the symbol displayed on the Preceptor, when suddenly you feel something move. You search the room. You find a pedestal emblazoned with a strange symbol, but it has no explanation. Only a single word is listed beneath it: Axanos.
Yep, hold on we go. I figured this one would be the best one to end the stream with.
Did you learn what the symbol meant? The mystery deepens. The grand spiral map has an ambiguous symbol upon it, though no explanation is in the Astral Archive. It stands to reason that the symbol is so basic that it requires no elaboration, or so cryptic its nature cannot be revealed.
I mean, we know of examples of things from the past where they thought it's so basic that we don't need to explain it, and then it was lost to time.
I sense that it is crucial to this mystery, perhaps the key. You must return to the Astral Archive and utilize the archive pedestal where you saw the strange symbol.
The big thing of, like, everyone knows what a horse is. If horses were to go extinct and then a couple of generations passed, because we thought everyone knew what a horse was, suddenly, a horse, what it is lost to time. So that could well be what this symbol is.
Looking at the symbol, you say the name Axanos aloud.
Or, you know, it's an evil centurion who's trying to, not centurion, clockwork thing that's trying to destroy the spiral.
For time out of mind I roam the spiral, stellar winds at my back, lunar light to guide me, and solar fire in my grasp. The Celestians bound me, banished me to a place that was not a place, a prison with no walls. Now you have set me free. In return, I will spare you the horror I will inflict upon the world. I will destroy you first. You do not need to thank me for this honor.
You know, maybe we could have, if asking about the symbol didn't work, maybe we could have asked about the word Axanos? Should I look into what Axanos has? Possibly. Ambiguity Archive, defeat Axanos. Nice. Well, at least you used up all your pips before doing that. You just had to ruin it, didn't you? And should be dead. Just walk back.
stars and garters, I'm rather embarrassed. I had no idea that would happen. We'd best be more careful in the future, eh?
Okay, and that's where we're going to end this stream. We got a lot further into Celestia than I was expecting, considering we're essentially a third done, in that it's Survey Camp, Grotto, District of Stars, Floating Land, Storm Riven, Portico, Science Center, Crustacean Empire, the Chancel, and then Trial of the Spheres at the very end. So, technically we're about a third of the way done. Yes, the Future Land is a lot longer than the two that we went through today, so not really, but you get what I mean. But we're gonna have to continue our exploration of Celestia in the first double feature stream next Monday. So with that being said, I'll catch you in the next one.